Has everybody done prop check?
Yes!
Costume check?
Yes!
Hair and makeup?
Yes!
Bathroom?
Yes!
So we're ready to go?
Yes!
Ready?
Energy! Energy! Energy!
Just being in all these specific roles, all these different roles, is really made me multi-dimensional, and I really love that about acting.
I like how every play has this connection to our inner child, even though we're putting on a professional show.
Oh yeah, acting is very fun. I think the funnest thing is just being on stage.
When I get a good job and when people claps, it feels really good.
Everything we talked about the other day is 10 times as important today. Set change.
Jimmy is just such a wonderful person that he's able to draw out all these things in these kids that just make it really real. He does have a certain magic in what he does that just really brings these things to life by the time that the curtain goes up.
Broadway Bound has taught me to be me, because when being on the stage and being able to get the opportunity to act and do something, I've realized that if you can act in front of millions of people, you can be yourself in front of people that you know every day.
So that when you guys walk in, it's as if you flipped a switch.
We want to create leaders here. We want them to be able to go out into the world and to speak confidently and tell a story and be able to share their life experiences. And we want to make them know that it's not easy. It doesn't come natural to everyone. But with teamwork, with hard work, with practice, all of us can get better.
When a whole bunch of people who may not be so significant right on their own, who come together and make something amazing.
It's the discipline that they learn. They have to be at the rehearsals, they have to commit to it, even though it's very hard. It's quite a commitment for them. But once they sign up, most of the parents are really good in making the kids follow through. So it's that discipline that you have to have. And they learn that hard work pays off.
I think it's all part of the arts education, and performing arts is part of it. And these days, with all the education cuts and the funding problems in the state and in the city of Seattle, I think that Broadway Bound is an amazing organization to step in and really fill that hole, that need for kids to get that broader experience that will continue with them into adulthood. And I think that this is an organization that deserves everyone's support.
They sort of transfer Jimmy's energy, which I would describe as intense self-reliance. You better do this yourself. You better carve out 20 minutes a night to learn your lines or where you're supposed to be in this dance number. And it almost always translates into self-direction and self-motivation, which is, a rare quality and one that's hard to teach. You can't really tell somebody to do that. They have to learn it the hard way.
He's instilled in me that hard work will be rewarded and you can always improve upon yourself.
It teaches you really to respect people, because you have to respect your director, and you have to make sure that the director is always right. And so you kind of have to respect your friends, respect family, and I think that can really change life.
This program is important to the community because children have different ways of showing what they can do. And this program takes kids and lets kids who want to act and want to show what they're capable of doing and lets them do it.
Our doors are open to everyone. We want to fill our scholarship program so that there is no child who could come to us and for any reason under the sun have any reason to believe that they shouldn't walk through this door and be as big a part of this program as any other child who perhaps has the means to be here.
And one of the ways we're going to do this is through a gentleman named Don Alexander.
Broadway Bound is by definition that. So we know that by definition they are a community builder. And they're good for what we need, good for what ails us in Rainier Beach community.
They had built this theater to be the diamond of the south end of the Rainier Valley. It's been sitting there for 8 years. Nobody's touched it. There's a spectacular theater down there that Don would like us to come down and christen, for lack of a better word. And we are going to be the theater that's going to bring the first large-scale musical into that theater, using all the kids from the South End, the kids who can't get here. So we're going to go there.
It can only do good. This is probably one of those instances to deal with human beings where from that perspective, it can't fail. When people see, especially children, that's been my experience, when adults have always followed children to progress, not the other way around. And this is a good vehicle for that, Broadway Bound.
Night and day, little girls, night. Little girls, everywhere I turn I can see them.
In my wildest dreams, I hope it empowers children. We have to make sure that we as a community support the efforts of Broadway Bound to ensure that there's never a child turned away, that there's always enough room to support whatever child walks through the door. If they can walk, stumble, roll, or just fall through the door, we're going to put them on stage and put them in a show. I don't ever want to turn back on that promise I made to those children.